Hello, friends. It is Denise from Loving Life at 60ish, and my Etsy shop is fairyrosecottage.etsy.com. Sorry, I have every time I come in here, it seems like everything's encroaching on me. And if you know me and you've been here, everything is encroaching on me. I get pretty messy for a while, and then I clean up and start over again. So I think that that's going to happen. A good cleanup video, right? We love cleanup videos. I think that's a really good idea, actually. I'll get on that. It is Friday, July 25th. And we are, at the beginning of the month, I always go through what savings challenges I finished the month before. So at the beginning of July, I would have gone through and totaled up the savings challenges I had finished in June. I did not do that, as you guys know. And so this is June and July so far. I just want to look and make sure I got them all. Yes, I did. So not bad for just not being present, not spending a lot of time on savings challenges and that part of my life. And so not bad. And I thought that I would do it today. It is not the beginning of the next month, but some of this money can be reallocated into other savings challenges. And so I want to go ahead and do that in the next few days. So here we are. And like I said, it's Friday evening. It's kind of late, so I don't know if this will load up tonight or not. I'm going to reach up and turn the fan on. It is very, hello. Try the other one. There. It's very stuffy in here, and not surprisingly, because it was very muggy today. I quit taking my Zyrtec, probably in February. And because I take it every day, all year round, because of my allergies, it's been a good combination. And with the anxiety med I was taking, they were very similar at the time. So I stopped taking the Zyrtec. And now I'm realizing that the goldenrod and the Queen Anne's lace is charged up outside on my lawn. And so I need to take the Zyrtec again. And so it's muggy and humid in this room. Excuse me. And it's hard to catch my breath because of the allergies starting back up. So anyway, that's where I'm at. My college roommate and one of my good friends from college traveled up from Virginia and North Carolina together to visit me this week. They've been here all week, and they left to go back home today. I will say that my emotions are always a little stronger right now. Grief kind of does that to you. So when they left this morning, it was really hard. I don't even know how else to put it. I'm not going to say it was heart-wrenching or heartbreaking, because I'm heart-wrenched and heartbroken every day over Scott being gone. And then, laying on top of that, my mom dying and my brother dying. So, but it was painful. It was hard to say, see you later. The one woman, Veronica, she's a good friend of ours in college. And like I said, one's from North Carolina, one's from Virginia, and they're only a couple of hours apart from each other. So they've seen each other over the years. I have not seen Veronica for 41 years, guys. 41 years. She graduated 41 years ago. I graduated 40 years ago. They are not older than me. They're actually a year younger than me, but their nursing program was shorter than my. I was doing 2 bachelor degrees and a minor in psychology. So I remained there for another year. But I haven't seen her in 41 years. And then my college roommate, I've seen a few times over the years in the beginning. I traveled down there for her wedding. She came up here a couple of times on vacation and some much needed rest that she needed after some medical issues and stuff. So, but we had not seen each other for 31 years. She came up in June, right after Scott's service. So I had just seen her, but she came up again. So we had a grand time. I took them to the ocean and they wanted to see a lighthouse. So we did that. They wanted a lobster roll. We did that. My town has a very large bridge in it, the Penobscot Narrows. You can Google it and see. They went up in that. There's an observatory tower, and they went up in that yesterday while I had a hair appointment, and I didn't want to go back up in it again. The last time I went up, I was with Scott. It was fall, and so, I did some things with them that the last time I had done them was either with Scott or Mom, and I could only do so much of that. So, and they understood completely. One of the things I loved about them being here is they let me talk about Scott for as long as I wanted to, whenever I wanted to. And that isn't easy for everyone. There are some people in my life who are feeling like, haven't you moved on, Denise? It's been 7 months sort of feeling, right? And so I felt very blessed that I could share, honestly, the last 40 years with them of, everything in the sun that we've been through, and they did the same thing for me. I sat down the first morning that they were here at breakfast time and said, "Okay, Veronica, tell me what you've been doing since the last time I saw you." 41 years ago. And we were struck by the fact that, like most people, we had a lot of heartache in the last 41 years. A lot of heartache. And a lot of joy. Right? That's what life is. It's kind of that, and you hope that you'll have more joy than heartache. But, there's that saying that grief is the result of loving, right? So, yeah. Anyway, we had a grand time. They are 2 silly women, and so am I, and 2 very strong women, and I know so am I. We found heart rocks. They felt Scott with us. My roommate had met Scott a few times, and but our college friend had never met Scott before. Talked to him on the phone before, but never met him. So yeah, they found so many heart rocks when I wasn't even with them, and they both said, "We've never looked for them before." And, you know, so that was pretty cool. And I'll tell you something about that. I'm going to move this up here for now so that I don't do anything silly with it. I'll tell you about the whole heart rocks and other people finding them in another video. But I will say that I had to clarify with Scott, why were so many people finding these amazing heart rocks and I wasn't, right? Now I do find them, but I mean, you know, big, huge heart rock type things and stuff. So I had a beautiful dream about it, and I'll share that with you. But suffice it to say that if you find a heart rock and it puts Scott and I in your mind, then that's part of his purpose. Not all of it, but part of his purpose. To be remembered, and for my friends and family and others in my life to have me in their thoughts too. You know, and you find a heart rock in nature somewhere, you take a picture of it, you send it to me, you send a note with it, or you get the heart rock and put it in a box and ship it to me, or whatever it is that someone does. They're sending me hope. And you know, that was part of his purpose. So, but I will share with you what you know, in asking the question, how come my friends Donna and Veronica found these beautiful, perfect heart rocks one day and I found none? So, yeah. So, anyway, we had a good time. They left this morning. I'm exhausted. I went and got my nails done because this is the only way I don't bite them. This one is broken, and then and you know what? I like them all right. I've never had French tips before because my nails have never been long enough. These are my real nails, by the way. They're not fake nails. They're all right. But I wanted them subtle because Keith's service is next weekend, and I didn't want my brother, and I didn't want anything flashy or showy on my nails. But I did tell the woman the next time I come, we're going to do Disney nails, and it's going to be Disney nails from here on out. She kind of laughed at that. But anyway, I went and had my nails done, could barely keep my eyes open. And then I came home and I was feeling very sluggish and sad and out of sorts. And so I watched an episode of The Good Wife and went into my bed and took a nap. And I slept for about an hour and a half. And I woke up feeling like crud. That's what happens when I take a nap these days. But yeah, you know, I'm good. Okay, let's get this done, right? So these ones are going, let's see, I usually do the renovations and vacation first. Reno, vacay. And I don't need to count this again because I just counted it with you a few days ago. And I know that there is $88 in here. Let me just put it over here. What is everyone up to this weekend? Oh, but I have to write it down. I am supposed to do some beachy things with my bestie tomorrow. And by supposed to, I'm sure that we will do it. I will tell you that, I mean, I love my bestie and I'm going to go do it. And I know I will enjoy myself, and the fresh, ocean air will be a blessing. But I'd really just like to stay home and crawl in bed and, not go anywhere. Okay, this is the Wizard of Oz. 84. So this money is from games and also the randomizer, but I haven't finished the randomizer. I started, a month or so ago, and I haven't finished any of those yet. So so these are all from games. And all of this money goes into my vacation and renovation account. And they are depleted. For vacation, I've been paying for things for my October Disney trip. And for the, my kids gifted me a trip in September. But there's still some things that I want to do. And so I'm paying for them. And this is Moana. And so I need to regain my footing on savings. Oh, you guys, these remind me that I have yearly fees that come up, right? And that's what these minis go towards. I gotta reallocate and allocate more money towards them. I got my property tax bill today. Now, I had a heads up. I read several posts on Facebook last night of very irate people and hundreds of comments afterwards. Our town, so 2 summers ago, when we get our tax bill in end of July, and it's due, half of it's due the end of August. And then the other half of it is due the end of March of the following year. Last time we got a tax bill, our taxes had increased by $500, which doesn't seem like a lot in the scheme of things, but it was a lot. And they don't give you any notice, right? We had no notice. There was a town meeting, but nobody goes to the town meetings. Nobody knows what's going to be talked about at them because our local newspaper is shut down. The owner passed away and stuff. And they don't write it on their Facebook page. The town doesn't or anything. No heads up or anything. So anyway, it had gone up almost $600. So Scott and I sucked it up and paid it. We did question it, but knowing that everybody we talked to, theirs had gone up even more than ours, we didn't question it too big, right? For fear that they had made a mistake and it should have been more. But there was no reason for it. Like, we said, have you been out to our house? Did you reevaluate the house? Was there something that we had done on the property that you felt brought the property up to a higher standard? No. Okay, so then fast forward to today, after I read those last night, where people were saying their bills had gone up over $2,000. Some of them had increased by over 100%. And I thought, I probably half the reason why I'm tired today too is I thought, oh my word, where am I going to get an extra $2,000? Or even at 100%, it would be $1,800 I would need to come up with. An extra $1,800. So my tax bill came today, and it indeed had increased. And it's the same thing. there was a town meeting. They did not say we're going to increase people's property taxes by 100% or 50% or anything. There was no amount given, just that they were going to go up a bit, was what I heard in there's some, videos of the town meeting, and I listened to it last night. Not what you should be listening to it late at night, right? So mine did indeed go up. It went up by over $900. It did not double. There is nothing on it that changed significantly to have had it jump that high. There's no, with the evaluation or anything, there's no big change in evaluation of the house. They have not been out to look at my house. So, and these tax bills were done before even that mini deck was put on the front of the house. So, yeah. So anyway, I've got to come up with more money in 30 days. So once again, I find myself figuring, we've talked about this before, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And it's in these situations where you don't expect it. This money that I have to come up with will come out of something like this, which is a want instead of a need. Well, that's not true. Okay, so household renovations right now are a need, but some of the renovations that I've chosen, like, did I need a mini deck on our front steps? No, I needed front steps. So I'm going to have to rob Peter to pay Paul to come up with. Now, I don't have to come up with that whole 900, it's 900 and something dollars for August. I have to come up with half of that extra. So, and that's on top of what it already was. So, yeah, it's $2,300 for. Oh, wait. Is it due the end of August or the end of July for the 1st of August? It's due next week, guys. Oh, man. Oh. I'll have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's due July 31st. And on August 1st, it becomes late. Now, I do have a emergency fund. But I don't want to take it out of the emergency fund. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna have to really think about where that extra money is gonna come from, and I've got to think about it fast, guys. Think about it fast. I hope that I'm panicking for no reason and that it's really the end of August that it's due. Let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. And then it's due the end of March. I don't know. I'll let you guys know when I look at the tax bill again. So, like I said, I do have an emergency fund. I don't want to use the emergency fund. It's almost like a game for me. How else can I find money and keep that emergency fund intact? Right? So, we will have to see. Now I'm feeling a little panicky, guys. Thanks a lot. $72. Good. So this is technically renovations and vacation. And I would split that number in half and save it. And I haven't done any renovation or vacation I haven't done those savings challenge books for a little bit, so this will be good to be able to do this. It is so quiet here, guys. Between having my sister and her family here, and then them leaving, and my sister's still here, but she's been like at my daughter's and stuff like that. So, and then having Donna and Veronica here all week, and they're noisy. So am I, but they're noisy. So it's been pretty crazy around here. Now today it's very quiet. Minis. So this is going into yearlies. That's what made me think of it, because property taxes is in there. So I have the money I had the money to pay for this time, but now I've got to come up with more money. Let's see, we have 50, whoops. So $60. Koala bear. You know, we talked about, let's see, I don't want to, we talked about last week, what I can, you know, about budgeting and everything. And of course, I eat out a lot. And I, you know, thought about that. If I spend $20 a day eating out, I mean, my head is kind of spinning today. So 31 times 20, $620 a month eating out. But I'm not buying the groceries. I might pick up, you know, $125 worth of groceries twice a month. And by groceries, I mean kitty litter, cat food. I don't include the dog food in that because theirs is expensive, and it's I don't get it at the grocery store. Incidental things like shampoo and stuff like that, and then milk and bread and Sunday dinner, things like that. So $620 plus, say, 150 is 300. 620. So 920 divided by 4.5 weeks, right? So about $205 a week I'm spending on food. I mean, on an average, right? I mean, yesterday we ate out every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Although I didn't buy dinner because they picked up Chinese food and brought it out to the house, and they wouldn't let me pay. So, but I mean, I have to relook at all that. I'm still going to continue to eat out. We talked about that. It helps me. It gets me out of the house. It gets me into a different atmosphere, and it makes sure that I eat. Now, I do want to work a little more on eating more healthy when I eat out. But, oh, man, I'm not used to eating 3 meals a day. And I met them for breakfast every morning. And then we ate out lunch. We had lobster rolls yesterday. And we ate out supper, you know, a late supper, but still supper. So there should be 50 here. It's a whole living and learning thing because it's the learning curve is very different for me now. Like, I usually have an English muffin for breakfast. So obviously that comes out of grocery money. And a Diet Pepsi and water. And then for lunch, lots of times I don't have lunch, or I have something silly, you know, like I might have a sandwich if I have something in the house to make a sandwich with, or I might have some leftover salad stuff, or a leftover food from eating out, things like that. And then sometimes I just don't eat lunch, and I eat an early supper. Yep, so 50. But it's, and you know, I can tell you with great assurity, do not bother suggest that I make a meal plan and eat in. We talked about that last week. It's just not what I'm going to do right now, because the going out helps. I go out with friends, or I go out by myself, or with family. I'm very cautious of what I purchase generally. And I try to pick, I talked about this, the cheapest thing on the menu that I still like. Or if I'm going with something that's not the cheapest thing on the menu, can it make 2 meals? Okay, so I am being cautious of that. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do think that eventually that will change again. 75. So 185. You know, but again, it's a learning curve. And I know there are many of you who it's just you, and you've come up with a system of making meals for yourself that makes sense. I go grocery shopping, and it is a waste of money. I buy the stuff. My future self says, let's get all this good for you stuff. And then it comes home, and 2 weeks later, it's in the garbage. And I don't want to be doing that either. What the heck? I got some notifications there. So, yeah. The property taxes threw me off, I will say. Okay, so this will go in my yearlies. And then the rest of this is going into savings accounts, and I'm going to go put it in the night deposit because it's, you know, still plenty light out and everything, and do that tonight when I'm done here. And that will get me out of the house for a little bit. Take a ride. So this is Princess, and this will go into my Etsy savings. Not Etsy. Why do I keep doing that? My business savings. Because I have more than just Etsy for my business, right? Yes. Okay, so I had, this is Plinko. And I always do this. This had already been deposited. So I still put it on here, but I put it in parentheses. And this I can erase and use again. It's my bank and it slips. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. It's been so good to read your comments. I know that I probably I only put up a couple of 3 or 4 videos this week, but it's more than I have been doing. $13. $77. Yay. Let's see. This is good too, because my business account, I had to pay income tax that was due, some sales tax that was due. And so this was good that it's going to build back up again. This one was Rapunzel's wall. And I know that we put some in. Yes, $20. It says there's 224. So I have a little bit of leftover Chinese food for my supper tonight. They spoiled me rotten this week. And I will tell you, this is kind of cute. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 224, yes. So, they know about Scott and the dragonflies, and Scott and the heart rocks, and Scott and the red cardinals, and then the music piece. And so Scott, so Donna, I didn't count, but she must have brought me 10 pair of dragonfly earrings. Every one of them different. And then a couple of pair of butterfly earrings because of my mom saying she would show me butterflies. And yeah. And then on the way home, they said they were going to look for red cardinal earrings because they hadn't seen any on the way here to Maine. So, and then Veronica, I took them to a farmer's market yesterday because she wanted to go to a farmer's market. And she found a pair of dragonfly earrings for me too. So I have, how it started was I had a pair of dragonfly earrings and that Scott had gotten me. And while Donna was here in June, one of the dragonflies broke off the loopy thing. And I never did find it. So Donna said, I'm going to find you some earrings, Niecy. They always called me Niecy in college. And she wasn't kidding. She came with a ton of dragonfly earrings. $95. But I hope I spoiled them too. You know, I played travel guide and took them a lot of places and made sure my gas tank was full and drove them and everything. So I think, you know, we kind of spoiled each other. $120. Oh, is that right? Yes, 120. So it was very nice, but I have a lot of dragonfly earrings now. And a couple of pairs of butterfly earrings. Oh, and some angel wing ones too, which were really pretty. Okay, so we should have 77 to... Usually my son is coming at the time that I'm doing this, and I can give him the money and he can drop it off at the the nighttime drop box. But he is not coming over tonight, so I'm going to do it. Let's see. We just counted this, but you know, I do like to be sure. What's everyone up to this weekend? Besides the beach tomorrow, Sunday I'm going to just hang out at home. The kids, some of them are coming here. Which is nice. And some of them are going to be gone, so they won't be coming here. I have the $2 bills. Oh, shoot. Okay, few. And then 2 of these. So Sunday, I'm going to, I think my sister will be back too. But I am going to spend quite a bit of time in the afternoon after the kids are gone. Getting my life in order. Getting my life in order. $421 is exactly right. Well, I would like to get my life in order, but I don't really see that that's what's going to happen. But what is going to happen is I'm going to... I did not put what that was for. I'm going to do some... This is for yearlies. Before I tell you, let me just do this. I'm going to switch out because the yearlies are big numbers. Like I'm usually saving $10 or $20. So I'm going to switch 100 out since this is going in the bank for 100. And then I'm going to switch out 50. Whoops. Oops. For these 10s. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I'll have bigger bills for that. And then I'm going to leave some ones because there are some that are a little bit different. So 150, 75, 185. That is right. So Sunday I'm going to, because we're coming on a new month, and I am determined, you guys, to get my planners going. Whoops, I didn't put that in there. So I'm going to work Sunday on choosing which planners I'm going to do and getting them situated. And then I also want to spend some time piling up projects. Now, I know that sounds really weird, but I am a project starter. Like, I am doing one little word this year, but instead I haven't been actually doing the physical part of it, and I want to be able to do that. So I've got some, things to put together so that I have it available when I feel like I want to work on that project. I'm copying over notes from the women's retreats that I went to, and then putting them in the Bible with the verses that we spent time on those weekends, and then the memorabilia into the Bible also. So, just projects, things to get finished. And I have a lot of them. So I want to try to just pile up the projects. Put them in, I've got a big empty bin. So put them in that empty bin and make a list of what they are. So Villains is my PC savings, which was the personal care savings. But now it's actually our emergency fund. And the money is almost all done being able to be saved. I still have a little bit more, but so when you see me after Sunday, I'll have my life together. I say tongue in cheek. We were supposed to get rain today and thunder and lightning, and we got nothing. Okay, this says I have $93, so I'm going to go with that. It sprinkled for a minute, but that was it. And my gardens could really use the rain. My poor hosta could really use the rain because the deer came and thought it was an all-you-can-eat smorgasbord. And ate my beautiful, beautiful hosta. So sad. So two of these games I did not finish. So I'll do this again. 25. 10. So that's 100. I'm going to write budgets and chaos. That's the one who did this book. 100 plus I have another one here, right there. These were great. This one wasn't quite as scary. It had some lower numbers too, which was nice. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I will probably do a video of This is 71. Is that what we figured? I'm going to add these up. 10, 4, 15, 3, 20, 12, 5, 2. 71. I will probably do some videos on setting up my planner and Stotch, I think, and share them with you. So it's $171 plus. So if you like those kind of videos, you can watch that. I will also be sharing with my Plan On It membership some things that I'm not, on videos that you guys wouldn't see where you're not, if you're not members. Still working on my memberships, guys. They are being so patient. I definitely feel the love in those membership groups. Oh, I got more over here. I lost my train of thought here. Okay, so Cruella should be 160. Oh, but I have a bank in it. So 55. Okay. Anyway, so tell me what you're doing this weekend. Did I count this money? Because boy, oh boy, what a mess. I don't think I counted it. Wow, that's bad. 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we don't even know if it's the right amount in here, because it is definitely, oh, that was 55, so it might be. 25. So tonight I'm going to eat my supper. Well, I got to run in town and then eat my supper. And then I'm going to watch The Good Wife and print off each month of the one little word class. Five. Okay, so 95. Yeah, there's not enough. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. And 25. Yeah, 95. So somewhere along the line, I probably saved another 10 and took the bank and it slip out, because this is $10 short. Should have been 160. And there's no money in there. So I'm wondering, how many of you are paper planners? How many of you plan using a paper planner? You know, a book. Some type of a planner book. As opposed to Google Calendar or things like that. Raise your hand if you're... No, tell me if you are a paper planner. Please tell me. That's what I'm trying to say. These are Brenda LaBelle's we called her Brenda DeVille. Her scratch-offs that she created for us back when I was doing Villain Night Lives on Saturday nights. I am going to start doing lives again. I need to get my membership lives scheduled and on a regular basis, and then I'm going to fill in with at least one live a month for everybody else. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 63. I'm just curious about the how many in here are into paper planners. Are you in the planner community, which is much like the budgeting community? You know, lots of videos and everything. Or if you choose to do more of the digital age type stuff. Digital age. You know what I'm trying to say. This is Wicked Witch game. Yeah, the Wicked Witch game for villains. We'd already saved $110 in that game. Yeah. Give that a hand clap. So there's not a lot in it this time. Oh, and I can't believe I counted these with money mixed in. Maybe I didn't count them when I finished them. Did I not count them? Wow, I'm shocked if I didn't. But I always organize the money when I count them, so very interesting. So very interesting, but stupid. Hogan's Heroes. I never liked that show. Okay. I don't know what I've counted here, so I'm going to start again. 10. I cannot walk and talk at the same time. This is me finishing the villains. Now, I haven't quite finished it yet, but I believe I have enough of the personal care assistant paychecks left to finish these savings challenges. Oh, that one's broken. Oh, people always ask about these bands when I do this or consolidating. They are from the bank. They are paper. They wrap around the money. Okay, I'm going to tell you that the Wizard of Oz game, it's the Wicked Witch game, is a good money saver. This is $124, and I'd already saved $110. It's always good to know what games are high stakes, you know, but save the most money, right? And the Wicked Witch one. It's the one that, did I pull it out or did I leave it in? Oh, I left it with them, but it's the one that's the game board. I made kind of awkward looking rectangles. This is from my buddy Jackie, Blessed Daisy Budgets. What I like to show, let me show you. So it is, let's see, it should be here. Yeah, I'm watching Good Wife and I'm on the next to the last season. This game. Now, I played it through more than once, obviously. But, I mean, if you land on this, the game is over and you pay $10. And I probably landed on that a few times. But it's a good game to play to save money. All right. This is... I think I will probably re-sticker these at some point. Okay, so that's 30. $25. $65. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $125, yes. So, this is getting very long, you guys. This video. 93, 171, 95, 63, 124, and 125. 671. This is emergency fund now, right? So that's a nice bit of savings to put into that emergency fund. What do you guys know about emergency funds as far as how much you're supposed to have of your monthly or yearly income put away in an emergency fund? You know what I mean? Like what percentage? Like a year's worth of income, or there's some amount that they suggest. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay. All right, let's see if we've got enough money. This always makes me nervous when I add it up afterwards. And 20 there. Okay, and then we'll add this. It's 100. It's another 100. Okay, so that's 440. I don't know if I have enough. I think I do. I won't be able to band the ones, but that's all right. Oops, I'm throwing the money around. Yeah, so there's the questions. What are you up to this weekend? Are you a paper planner? Or if not, what type of planner are you? Or if you are a paper planner, what planner do you use? Do you like to decorate it? You know, all that good stuff. And then also, what is the formula for an emergency fund? I know someone out there knows. How much do we need here? 671. Yeah. Yes, exactly right. 671. Yay! Okay, little caffeine. I did have a Dunkin' Donuts energy drink. I choose those over Tim Horton because Tim Horton has Red Bull in theirs, and Dunkin' Donuts is just a caffeine. Green tea. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, I have had a little caffeine today because I literally had a hard time keeping my eyes open earlier. And I needed to drive home from my nail appointment. It's about a half hour. So, yeah. Okay, so this is... We did it, guys. Not bad for a couple of months of really struggling, not knowing what, if anything, for money that I could save. 2 memorial services, 3 memorial services. Scott's, the very beginning of June, and then my mom's, and then my brother's, all during this time. So not a lot of videos going up. So not bad. I mean, I am giving myself all the grace in the world for doing what I'm doing. And I hope you guys give yourself that same, 671. So this will go into the emergency fund. I'm going to run those in right now. This and this. All right. We don't need those. I am thrilled. We did good, guys. We did good. This is not the right notebook, but it's all right. I'll tell you, I really have to get my act together. I'm going to start working on that Sunday. I have a not a real busy week coming up, but you know, it's funny. My Disney friend and I, we live in the same town. We've barely seen each other the last month and a half. And we were talking yesterday, and I said, oh, I only have one day with something going on next week. And she was like, yay, we can get together, blah, blah, blah. Well, since then, in less than 24 hours, the days have been filling up. So I need to slow the roll. All right. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. I hope that this helps you kind of see my system and what I do. And I look forward to coming back and saving this money into those 2 challenge books. Have a good rest of your Friday. I'll see you soon. Not sure when. Tomorrow we're going to be at the beach and such, so I'm not sure it will be tomorrow, but hopefully tomorrow, and then hopefully Sunday evening. I'll see you real soon. Happy savings. And guys, I say this with all sincerity. I love you guys so much. You are part of my support system that is continually holding me up. Have a good evening.